Hey guys, welcome back to Mom Talk. Today we are going to talk about something that we've been seeing a lot in the office recently, and that is constipation. Now, many people deal with constipation, but it's not normal. So we kind of just want to talk about what causes it, things like that, things that can help it. That way, if you're dealing with constipation, we can help you out the best that we can. So yeah.
So yeah, I think we want to talk about constipation. Even like gas pain, bloating, that's not normal. Occasional diarrhea, not normal. So I mean, first and foremost, I think we're all gonna say like get adjusted. I mean, we're chiropractors. This T3, right? We help the nervous system and the nerves function to the gut a lot better and have a lot less inflammation. So getting adjusted is going to be a big part of what we're going to tell you to do. But there's also more. Like, what are you eating? That's a big thing at home. Because if we're eating a high inflammatory diet, it doesn't matter how much you get adjusted, it's not going to get better. If we're not eating our fruits and vegetables and we're just eating a whole bunch of carbs, it's not going to get better. We have to make sure that we're eating a balanced diet and as little processed foods as possible.
And I'm going to piggyback on that with chiropractic. Of course, the nerves in the low back go to the tummy, but there's also the vagus nerve, which the vagus nerve is the only cranial nerve that leaves the cranium and goes all the way down to the tummy. So, getting that stimulated, and that gets stimulated from adjusting C1, C7, and sacrum. So, every time we adjust those areas, it also stimulates the vagus nerve, which helps with digestion.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about it from like an adult standpoint, obviously we see a lot of babies, which I'm sure one of us will get to in a second. But something that I always feel like gets overlooked is exercise and walking and how important movement is for our bowels. So just getting some type of physical activity in. I mean, think about our sacrum, our pelvis, even our low back muscles. The more movement that has, I always feel like that aids in digestion a lot and always gets overlooked too.
Especially with diet too, kind of going hand in hand in a way, water intake, making sure that you're getting enough water. And especially if you drink caffeine, like coffee, energy drinks, anything like that, having enough water because it's a diuretic, right? Having caffeine. So you have to replace that with the water, and that's going to help your digestive system a whole lot if we have enough water for our bodies to get it out, right?
Yeah, so enough water looks like half your body weight in ounces of water per day when we're not exercising. If we're drinking coffee, like you guys see me do all the time, you need to, whatever that volume of coffee was, you need to add that on top of your half your body weight in water. If you're exercising, then you need to add additional to that as well. So you have to have a lot of water every day, and you have to make sure that water is getting into your cells. So adding in an electrolyte to that is also going to be helpful in aiding that water transporting into those cells.
In talking about supplements, we talked about electrolytes.
Mm-hmm.
Supplements are really good for digestive. Getting these kids, adults, on a good probiotic to make sure that flora in the tummy is good is really key to digestion. Magnesium is another good supplement for constipation. You got to make sure you're doing the right magnesium. Anything else on your supplements, Chloe?
Yeah, magnesium citrate is, I always know that that's the one focus for digestion. Obviously, I think magnesium in general is really good. Supplement wise, I mean, yeah, I always go water and magnesium.
And digestive enzymes is another good one too.
Yeah.
Just enzymes. A prebiotic with your probiotic is going to be good. You could even add a little bit of vitamin C that can help your bowels get moving. If you take too much, though, you'll get diarrhea. So, like, that's how you know.
Yeah, it's a good way to know you're at your max.
Yeah, for sure. And another thing that we don't really talk about a whole lot is like our stress levels. We see this in kids even. Sometimes we'll see it with them withholding. That is a stress response. And that is a lot of times they either have fear going to the potty or they maybe were constipated in the past and now they're afraid to go. So now they're creating a really bad constipation cycle. And constipation in that cycle can kind of look like even soft stool around hard stool. So, you know, how our nervous system is functioning, being out of that fight or flight and being in that parasympathetic rest, digest, heal, is going to be a big part of getting past that withholding, and the mental thing that goes with it. Stress for us adults can cause constipation and diarrhea and bloating.
Yeah.
When we're in that fight or flight.
Yeah, and you got to remember when you are in that sympathetic fight or flight dominance, that's when your nerve and blood supply is going away from your organs. So of course your digestion is going to slow down if we're not getting proper nerve and blood supply. So really getting kids, adults, everybody out of that sympathetic dominance is huge on constipation.
It's always funny how it always ties back to our nervous system at the end of the day. Like,
Yeah,
talking about all these things, and then back to talking about sympathetic and parasympathetic. But that just proves how important it is, and how an unbalanced nervous system causes all of these things that we might not put two and two together.
Dysfunction.
Yeah.
Yeah, all around. Is there anything else? Movement. We hit diet. We hit thoughts.
We have these little cards
Hey!
in our pocket. We do have for a couple of different things in the office, but we have a constipation one. It's what we already said, but always like to hand these out just as little reminders if people often forget. So for the constipation one, chiropractic care, eliminate dairy, drink half your body weight in ounces of water each day.
And if we're doing all of those things and we still have an issue, then we need to look at things like, do we need to run a stool sample? Do we need to get you in to see your provider for looking at other things? Of course, we're not going to say, okay, well, if this isn't working, then we don't have any other options. We have other options, and other things that we can look at too. Cool.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us. We can't wait to see y'all next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye.